Hello guys, my name is Michael Mkosha and I'll be helping you to solve linear programming paper 1 2021 internal, and this is question 21. Okay, so the question tells us to write three inequalities that define the unwanted region R, which is this one here. Question tells us to write three inequalities that define the unshaded region R on the diagram below. So the wanted region is this one, and the unshaded region that us to write three inequalities that define the unshaded region R on the diagram below. This is the unshaded region R on the diagram below. So we'll move to this other side so that we can work out our solution. But first, we need to name the lines. And I'm sure you know lines like this should be first to save time. And this one can be our second one, while this is our third. Okay, so now we're going to start up with line 1. So as you can see, why this one should be first is because it's cutting through the x-axis. So therefore, okay, so x equals 2. And since we are told to find the unshaded region, this is less and this is greater. I'm sure you guys know that. So it's going to be x is greater than. Yes, so now we move on to the next line, which is line 2 here with coordinates 6, 4 and 2, 0. So here we start up our line 2. Okay, so this is going to be our 2 and this will be our 1 because we need to find the gradient first for us to move further. So you guys know the formula for gradient already. You know the formula for gradient already. Okay, so now we start to replace now. And here, what is our y2? This is x, this is y, so meaning our y2 is 4 here. So it's going to be 4 minus what? Minus 0 this side. Then what is our x2? Our x2 is 6 minus what? You have the 2 here. 4 minus 0 is 4. And 6 minus 2 is what? Also 4. So this is going to give us 1 for the answer, positive 1. And our formula for now finding the inequality after we found the gradient is y minus y1 equals m open bracket x minus x1 there close bracket. So we only replace these guys, this and this here. So what do we have for y1? You can get this or this, but I'd rather get this one. So what do we have on y1? We have 0 there, equals 1 for our gradient here. Open, don't change this, but change x1, which is going to give us 2 there. So then we expand this by multiplying. See, 1 times x, which is going to give us x. Then 1 times negative 2 there, which is going to give us negative 2 there. So now we do it up like this, equals, take this guy this side. Okay, so y minus 0 here is 0. So we just bring the y, which is going to equal to x minus 2. So now we need to change this equation into an equality. What do? We introduce the greater than or equal to or less than or equal to by looking at what we have here. Our line 2 here, the shaded region is here, which is less than. And the unshaded region that we want to find is So which is going to be, since this is greater than or equal to, so we're going to say y is greater than or equal to x minus 2. And now we found the second line, so now we'll be going to the third line. It's like I can read your mind. I'm sure you're wondering why is greater than or equal to and is just greater than. It's because solid lines like this should always be, whether like this, or like this, should always be greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. Well, on the other hand, if you have those two broken lines like this, or maybe this, whichever it may be, like this or like this, that one should be less than or equal to, or greater than. I mean, yeah, greater than. Okay. So we now go to line 3, which is our line 3. Our line 3 is this one here. So what coordinates do we have? We have 6, 4, and we also have 0, 8. So now, like I said at first, we are supposed to go find the gradient. Let us go find the gradient now. Okay, so like I said, these are our coordinates. So we have to find gradient, and you know the drill. This is going to be 2, 1. But if you want, you can swap them. Depends on you. Okay, so formula, everyone knows it. We did it in the first round there. Then this is x, this is y. So what is our x2? What is our y2? Our y2 is 4. 4 minus what? Our y1 here is 8. Okay. So now what is our x2? Our x2 is 6 there. Minus what? 0. Okay, so this is going to be negative 4 over 6, So that can be changed into, be reduced into a lower number than this, a lower fraction than this. And it's going to be negative 2 over 3. So that is our gradient, Okay, so you remember we found our gradient, which is negative 2 over 3. It's this one, So now we write down our formula here. Okay, and then we start to replace these guys here only. And then it's going to be y minus 8 equals to negative 2 over 3, open brackets, or x there, and minus 0. Okay. So now we expand this, which is going to be negative 2 over 3 times x, negative 2 over 3 x, negative 2 over 3 times 0 is just 0, so there's no point in writing 0 here. So we're going to get this guy, cross over the equal sign, it becomes positive 8 there. Very, very simple. We do this, and then just goes like that. So a mistake that most of us make is leaving this thing like this equation like this. Hey, don't do that, don't do that. So what are we going to do? We're going to get rid of this fraction that we're seeing here. How do we do it? Multiply everything by the denominator, which is 3. And it's going to be, you just write it down like this, and then introduce the brackets in 3 here. So I'm sure you know 3 times y is 3y. 3 times y is 3y, eh? And then here 3 times negative 2 over 3. To be just like you're cancelling, you're dividing. You see, it's just going to be like you're dividing. So it will be like 3 into 3 here is 1. Then our answer is going to be 2x there. Eh? 3 times 8 is going to give us 24. Good. So I'm sure you're getting. So most of us in exam room, we get tired. We're thinking, no, you see that you even do like this. Still Amzana. We're supposed to do it up nicely. This is an equation. This is an equation, not an inequality. So what we're supposed to do? We go back to our diagram here, and then we're going to check how the things are, what sign we're going to put. So this one, so unshaded region is here, and where is it? Less than. And then what did they tell us in the question? That define the unshaded region. So this is the shaded region which is greater than, and this is the unshaded which is less than. And it's going to be less than or equal to because of the solid line we're all seeing here. Unless you're blind, you can feel it. Okay, so like I said, that this is less than or equal to, so our sign is going to be the same. Okay, so now we're done. You can even do this if you want, as many lines as possible.